After today's dose of tech, stay tuned for an incredible call for my weekend show, The Kim Komando Show. And this is a conversation you're not going to want to miss. Ever wonder how the advertisements you see when you're watching a show knows the political party that you support, the sneakers you wear, or the food that you just fed your pet? The answer? You're being tracked. I'm Kim Komando. Stop robo and spam calls, junk email and texts, online stalking, doxing, scams with Incogni. Incogni works. Get 60% off today at privacykim.com. The Amazon Fire TV Stick, Roku, and the rest are great options when you've cut the cable. They're cheap too. The trade-off? These streaming companies track what you watch, for how long, and what you look up. And then they sell all your data to who knows who. Here's what you can do. Nose around in your device's privacy settings. The option that lets the streaming company track you is often called app usage data, limit ad tracking, or simply tracking data. Other times, these companies come up with clever names like interactive advertising. Turn it off. Guess what? Your TV is doing the same thing. Dig in your settings and turn that tracking off too. Stay tech ahead with my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. Hey there, tech lovers and wannabes. Want to stay ahead of the game? You've got to check out my YouTube channel. It's amazing. So many people are loving my new and improved channel. For starters, we've got fresh how-to videos every week, like how to block those super annoying political text messages, let important calls through even in Do Not Disturb mode, and oh boy, watch out for sneaky QR codes that can actually brick your phone. It doesn't stop there. Join me for Kim Komando Today, a fun podcast where we break down the latest tech news and trends. It's like talking tech with a friend, minus all the boring stuff. You'll get the latest tips and tricks to keep you in the know and have a little fun while doing it. Plus, who doesn't love being the tech-savvy one in the crowd? So head to youtube.com/Kim Komando, hit subscribe, and make sure you never miss a new video or podcast. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And when you're there, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando, with a K, of course. And I'll see you on the video. Here's an outstanding call for my weekend show. You're going to love it. Of course, my weekend show is called The Kim Komando Show. I know, some things in tech really make sense. Bob in Worcester, Massachusetts. Hi there, Bob.
Hey, Kim. How are you today?
I'm terrific. What's going on?
Well, I'm a traveling salesman, so I'm on the road an awful lot. Actually, I'm at a show right now myself working, but I rent cars a lot on the road, and recently I was in a car, and all these other people's data pops up when you're plug in your phone, and it wants to download everything. And I've always said no,
right.
But I recently just traded in my truck. My wife needed a new car, and I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to trade it in." And suddenly, when I got in my next rental vehicle and all that stuff popped up, I went, "Oh my God, how much of that stuff is still on my truck that I just traded in to the dealer?" And that's sort of my question. I'm trying to find out how much data is there. And even though I called GM OnStar and I said, "Can you delete all that?" They said yes. And I still wonder whether they really could or can't. And I'm, it's one of those things. I've been following you for a long time. Thought it'd be a perfect question. You'd be the perfect person for it.
Well, thank you, Bob. Well, as you are so astute in noting, is that when you do plug your phone into a rental car, all of a sudden you see other people's data, right?
Yep.
And that's why I've always recommended that when you take your phone out of that rental car, is that you make sure that you do a factory reset or at least delete your data, because this way, whoever gets in the car next, they're going to have access to everything. So what kind of data is there? Well, of course, your phone contacts, right? Your call logs.
Yep. Right.
Any type of navigation data, especially if you set certain locations to be work and home, okay? Then they have your home address, any type of mobile apps, Wi-Fi network information, even the codes to your garage doors. Now, there is a law that if you do sell a used car and it does have data on the inside, is that that dealer has to make sure that data is all removed and erased. And there's a website called the Vehicle Privacy Report. And it's interesting to me. This is a company this is how they make their money, is by making sure that any used car doesn't have the data installed in it when it gets sold again. But when you go to their website, what I think is so fascinating is that you can type in your make and model and year of your car, and then you can see what type of data that car is tracking about you. So it's kind of working on the flip side. So if you're concerned about your new car and you want to see what it's tracking, you can go ahead and go to that website. We have a link to it over at Commando.com, but it's the vehicle privacy report. But it's a really good question, Bob, because, where is your data going? And, people at OnStar, they did say that they removed it. I would feel pretty safe that they have removed it because, again, we do have that law put into play that they do have to do a complete factory reset. Because when we think about it, what are our cars nowadays? What are they, Bob?
They're giant computers. I mean, we're driving on, computer on wheels is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And, and every car has at least 1,400 microprocessors. And it's kind of remarkable when you think about it. Like, even this morning, I jumped in my husband's car and it's like, and automatically it came up and it said, "You're not Barry." And I thought, you know what? They probably are weighing the seat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because how else would they know that it wasn't, my husband? So it was just, so it's, sometimes it's discerning and you're like, oh, what's going on? But then other times it's like, okay, I do like those lane avoidance detectors and those alarms. Yep. I do like to have my garage door code in there. I do like to have Apple CarPlay and all my apps. And I do like to be able to have navigation data. And so, with all convenience, unfortunately, comes a lack of privacy. And so what are all these automakers doing with this data? Oh, you're so smart. You get to go to the bonus round. Is they're selling it and making money. Yes, that's what they're doing. Bob, thank you for your call today. Hey, thanks for listening. Now, if you have a tech hiccup that you want me to solve, your path is clear. Head over to Commando.com and click that Email Kim link. I go through every single note. I read every single one, I promise. Now, don't be the last to know. Get the tech edge that you need in today's life. Get my free daily newsletter over at GetKim.com. That's GetKim.com.